So after traveling through Nashville, we finally found one brewery that was dog friendly inside and air conditioned. Turns out it's room 132 at the Hampton Inn. The only thing they serve is Yingling in a can. But you know, maybe that will revive my wife and my dog over there that are dead on the bed. Here was the problem with Nashville. All of the breweries, and we were told this by one of the brewers, the problem is that in Nashville, to have a brewery, you have to serve food. And if you serve food, you can't have an animal inside. So all of the dog-friendly breweries were only dog-friendly on the patio. Like, we couldn't even finish a beer. We would start drinking and get like hot. 4 drinks out, and it was just too hot to drink. So,
although we did some other things.
We did do some other things. So what did we do?
We walked around the Parthenon.
Parthenon?
Parthenon?
I don't know. We can't get the name straight. It's either the Pantheon or the Parthenon. I think it's the Parthenon. And just like that, we're in ancient Greece at the Parthenon. So it's like a recreation of the Greek Parthenon that's down in Centennial Park.
And the park is beautiful, and we took Gracie for a long walk around the park, and they have these little swings that you can sit on, so we swung a little bit.
So what we find? A squeaky swing that when you push with your feet, it makes you swing back and forth. It's kind of in the shade. If it wasn't for the fact that it was hot and we're sweaty.
We're both sweating like a pig.
This is basically the all sweating across America tour.
And then we drove down Broadway because that's the famous street in Nashville.
Yeah, it's the shit show street. It's like, 6th Street in Austin or the gas lamp in San Diego. All right, so I guess this one's going to have a little bit of air conditioner noise in it.
Turning it down.
So we just finished walking through the Andrew Jackson Hermitage. I have no idea why they call it a hermitage because there's nothing hermitage-y about it.
No, it means homes in solitude.
Yeah, there's nothing hermitage-y about it. It's a friggin' mansion on a bunch of property.
Beautiful grounds, very well maintained monuments, very well run. People were nice, accommodating with the dog.
We couldn't go through the mansion itself because we had Gracie. But we could walk through the grounds as well as go through the museum. There was also a beautiful garden to go through.
Where Andrew Jackson and his wife Rachel were buried. That was cool.
Well, and the whole family was buried there too. There was this large domed structure that Andrew Jackson and his wife Rachel were buried under. Then there was another plot off to the side that had multiple plots for his family. I love coming to these places because of the history in them. But it's also, I think, important to remember that although we put like these guys like Andrew Jackson on a pedestal as presidents, Andrew Jackson was also the guy responsible for the Indian Relocation Act, which also, was the cause of the Trail of Tears. So let's not put him on too high of a pedestal.
Yeah, history is what history is, but you can't just wash away history. It's good to see the history.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I think it's important to learn from it. So I would definitely put this on your must-to, kind of up there with Monticello if you ever go see Thomas Jefferson's place, up there with Monticello. But come at a different climate, temperature.
Yeah, come at a different time of year. Come in the fall where it's cool. So the place was dog friendly, and also on the topic of dogs, we ran into a docent who had a Chihuahua Pug mix named Gracie. So he showed us a picture of his Gracie, who's also a Cherokee.
here.
So apparently we found another Gracie.
That's Gracie.
Yeah. A little darker in the snout.
Mhm.
Yeah.
We rescued her, and she is part Chihuahua and part pug, so they call her a chug.
Yeah.
And then we left Tennessee and went to North Carolina.
And we'll pick that up in a couple days. We'll sit down and talk about North Carolina. We went to Asheville, which is always a lovely place, and did some wonderful, cool things there, not just for us, but with Gracie as well. So we'll see you in the next episode about Asheville.